Good morning, dear students. Uh, in the last class, you studied about lines and angles, isn't? Okay. So now, in today's class, we'll discuss about coordinate geometry. Okay, what is this coordinate geometry and all? We'll see now. So here, you have already studied how to locate the points on number line, isn't? Suppose they gave you a number line, so the number line which is like this, so it has both positive numbers and negative numbers, so this is number line. So in this number line, you know how to locate the numbers. For example, this is 0, so right side to the 0 is positive numbers and left side to the 0 is negative numbers, right? Okay, so now in this number line, so suppose they if you want to locate what is it, number 1, how can you locate? So this is the number line, we know how to locate on the number line. Like this we can locate. Suppose we want to locate negative 2, so we can locate like this, isn't? So you also know that how to describe the position of a point on the number line. So there are many other situations in which to find a point we required to describe its position with reference to more than one line. For example, consider the following situation. Suppose you want to locate the more than one line. For example, just assume that your street. Suppose here, this is the main road. Okay, just I'll take this shapes. Suppose this is the main road. So we know that it has so many sub roads, right? So this is the street 1. Okay, this is maybe first cross, and it is second cross, and it is third cross, and parallel to that one more crosses are there, and it is fourth cross, and it fifth cross, yes, sixth cross. Like that we have so many crosses, and parallel to that also we have so many crosses here, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, like this so many streets also there. So here they give an example. Consider the situation in the figure 3.1. There is a main road running to east to west. So this is the main road running to east to west. Okay, and street with a numbering from west to east. So the streets are numbering from this street 1, this street 2, this street 3, this street 4. So it is numbering from west to east. Okay, also on each street houses numbers are marked, isn't? Suppose, just assume that this is your street. In your street, the house numbers are same for all the houses? No, right? The house numbers are vary from one house to another house. Suppose the house number this is 1 and next number is 2, 3, like that they will give the serial numbers, right? Okay, so to look for a friend house, here is it enough to know only one reference point? For instance, we if we only know that she lives on a street 2, okay, just assume that here Komal is living in street 2. Okay, this is street 2, and here also okay, this is street 2, isn't? Okay, in this street 2, which house, in which house number she is living? Whether in the first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, we don't know which house. So we need one more reference point. Suppose if we say that Komal is if we say that Komal is staying in 7th street, 7th street, house number 8, sorry, house number 8. Okay, here 7th street, which is 7th street here? So this is 7th street. So which is the house number 8? So there is no house number 8. Okay, suppose we say that yes, the Komal is staying in 7th street in the house number 4. Then can you find the house now? Yes, this is street 1, this is street 3, this is 5, and it is 7. So where is Komal staying now? So Komal is staying at this place, right? This is our house. Okay, Suraj is staying in the 3rd street, 3rd street, 5th house. Where then it is? So here it is. Here this is 3rd street, and here is 5th house. Okay, so then Sumant is staying in 8th Street, third house. So where it is? So here this is 8th Street, and here this is house number 3. Okay, like this we need to find the. Okay, this coordinate geometry is very important. Actually, when you go for higher classes, it's really helpful for you. I mean, when you go for the +2 levels like that. Why? Because the maps what they designed, even you in your mobile right now you have a Google Maps, right? So the Google Maps also designed according to this plans only. So we're going to learn about this in the later classes. Okay, and even that house number, the survey number, everything whatever the it is given by the government. So for example, your house number is 6 cross third main. um, okay, okay, I will tell the address. You'll tell the address like this. So what is first you'll tell your address uh, like this. So number 29 bar 1, 6th cross, 7th main, RPC layout, Bengaluru, Karnataka, India. Like that you'll tell, right? So then if you tell like that, it is easy to find. Suppose if somebody asks you where you are staying, so if you stay that number 29 bar 1, 6th cross, third main, you will stop there. Is they able to find your address? No. You need to tell the full address. So if you tell the full address, what they will do first, suppose if you want to invite a friend who is in another country like America, so they asked your address to come to your place. So they asked where you are staying. You tell like this. So I am staying in number 29, house number 29 bar 1, 6th cross, third main. You stop there. Don't give any further details. Does he able to find your address? No, definitely not. Why? Because in order to give the perfect address. So suppose we give like this: number 29 bar 1, 6th cross, third main, Hampi Nagara, Hampi Nagar, Vijayanagar, Bangalore, Karnataka, India. If we give like this, they first come to India. In India, they'll come to Karnataka. In Karnataka, they come to Bangalore. In Bangalore, they come to Hampi Nagar. In Hampi Nagar, they find the sixth cross, and in the sixth cross they'll find the third main. After that they'll find the sixth cross. In the sixth cross they'll find the house number 29. So like this is a process. Suppose if without telling this house number and all, if you tell that I am staying in India, Karnataka, Bangalore, Ampinagar, is they able to find your address? No. So these are all nothing but a coordinate geometry. According to the coordinate geometry property, using the coordinate geometry property only, they'll give the house naming, house numbers, and street numbers, all those things. Okay. So now it is not as easily as when we know a two piece of information about it, namely the number of street at on which is situated and the house number. If you want to reach the house which is situated in the second street and has a number 5, first of all we would identify the second street and then the house number 5 on it. In the figure 3.1, H shows the location of the house. Similarly, P shows the location of the house corresponding to the street number 7 and house number 4. Okay. Suppose you put a dot on a sheet of paper as shown in this figure. See here 3.2a. Okay, here. So if we ask you to tell us the position of the dot on the paper, okay. So if you I want to know the position of a dot of a paper. How can you describe it? So you will say that it is here, it is here, it is here. Okay, that is not possible. Okay, you can say like that. If you show that, if it is that is secondary. But if you tell it logically or some mathematically, how can you tell it? So how you will do this? Perhaps you will try in some such manner the dot is in the upper half of the paper, isn't it? Is upper half of the paper, upper half of the paper. It is near the left edge of the paper. Yes, it is left edge of the paper, or it is very near to the left hand upper corner of the sheet. Do any of these statements fix the position of a dot precisely? No. But if you say the dot is in the nearly 5 centimeter away from the left edge of the paper, it helps us to give us some idea. but still does not fix the position of a dot. A little top might enable to say that the dot is also at the distance of 9 centimeter above the bottom line. We now know exactly where the dot is. So now, for this purpose, we fixed the position of the dot by specifying its distance from two fixed lines, the left edge of the paper and the bottom line of the paper. See, the other words, we need two independent information for finding the position of the dot. Now perform the following classroom activity known as a seat planning. Okay, seat planning is one of the best. Okay, see here. I'll tell that is actually we know people know all these concepts. So what it is nothing but, suppose they give 3 comma 2. Can you able to locate this on the graph paper? Yes, definitely you can locate. Suppose here this is a graph paper. Suppose this is a graph paper. Okay, so you have 1, 2, here 3, and here 4. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose here 3 comma 2. So 3 is here, 2 is here. 3 comma 2 is this point. Finish. You know how to locate that. This the same thing is there, but they given this big story. Okay, so don't worry about all those things. So just you know about this, so read this silently. I hope all of you have the textbooks, so read this once, so you'll get a clear idea. If possible, try to do this activity. Actually it's a classroom activity. I think you can only assume, but there is a virtual classes now right now going, so no classroom activity also. So but you can draw the plan. Draw a plan of sitting in your classroom, pushing all the desks together, pushing all the desks together, each desk by a square. Each In each square write the name of the student occupying the desk. So which is the square represent position of each student in the classroom is described precisely by using two independent information: the columns in which she or he is sits, the row in which she or he sits. If you are sitting on the desk lying in the fifth column, third row, represent the shade. So that is 5 comma 3, third column. So that is 5 and this is 3, 5 comma 3. So fifth column and third row. Your position could be written as 5 comma 3. First writing the column numbers and the row number is the same as 3 comma 5. Yeah, okay, this is very important. Is 5 comma 3 is equal to 3 comma 5? No, definitely not. Why? Because so whenever whatever you write 5 comma 3, in the sense this first line, the first number is indicates x and second number indicates y. Even here also the first number indicates x and second number indicates y. Suppose if you want to locate 5 comma 3, so here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose first one 5 comma 3, so 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to locate 5 comma 3, so 5 comma 3 is first is x axis 5 and y axis 3. So 5 comma 3 is this point, this is 5 comma 3, and next is 3 comma 5. So here 3 and here 5, so this is 3 comma 5. So 5 comma 3 is not equal to 3 comma 5. You should be remember this. Okay, I hope all of you understood. Okay, next. Okay, write this in the classwork. Mention today's date and day and write this in the classwork. So write today's date and day and lesson name, coordinate, geometry, and write these points. To locate the position of any object on the point in a plane, we require two perpendicular lines here. So here I located 5 comma 3. For that what I required? I required two perpendicular lines. So one is x axis and one is y axis, and where these two perpendicular line meets, that is known as origin. That is known as origin. So this line is known as x axis and this line is known horizontal line is known as x axis, vertical line is known as y axis. Okay, horizontal line and vertical line, and the point of intersection of these two lines is known as origin. Okay, and x-axis also called as abscissa, and y-axis also called as coordinates. So here the plane is called a, and this complete, suppose this complete, this x-axis y-axis completely, this is called as a Cartesian system. This is y dash, x dash. The plane is called the Cartesian or coordinate plane, and lines are called the coordinate axis. So this is x-axis and y-axis. This is also called as a coordinate axis. The horizontal line is called a x-axis, and vertical line is called a y-axis. So horizontal line x-axis, vertical line y-axis. The coordinate axis divide the plane into four parts. So this is called as quadrant. This first quadrant, this second quadrant, this third quadrant, and this fourth quadrant. Okay, the point of intersection of the axis is called origin. So this point is known as origin. So copy this in your class works. So I hope all of you understood today's class. If you have any doubts, so please text me or call me. In case if I am busy, I not answer, but I'll call you back. Or else if I not call you back, you can please text me, or again you can call me back. Okay. So please, if you have any doubts, so please feel free to ask the doubts. So write this in the class workbook, mention today's date and day, and also chapter name, coordinate, geometry. Okay, the remaining thing we'll see in the next class. So have a nice day, take care, bye.